Let's see how this goes, guys. I think we fixed everything. I think things are working. There was echo last time, feedback from Redbar. I am a one-woman show here. So when there is mic problems or mic problems, haha, get it? Mike David problems, like if there's him echoing, sorry, I just ate broccoli. If there's him echoing or this mic echoing, it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so let me know. I hope everything is good. Let's see. Never know until you try.
I'm sorry for any Indians that might be listening, but you make me nauseous, physically ill. And I was so excited for Trump, of course, to take office because he said that he was going to deport every person from the state or from the country, of course. And then just last week, Elon and Vivek announced that they want to turn this country into India and China mixed. They said, no more hanging out, no more parties. It's study, study, study. And everybody's working on tech, our tech company. And I said, what the heck? And then I go, okay, well, when Trump hears about this, he'll finally get rid of Elon and this disgusting Vivitar, and everything will be fine. And then Trump comes out 3 days later, and guess what he said? He said that he loves the H3 visa, and he wants it to be all Indian. So I have fully turned on Elon, and I was with them. I pretty much got them elected.
Okay. Thank you, Jigsaw
You saw my support for them, this whole thing.
Hold on.
I have turned on Trump. I have turned on Elon.
Mic problems, not mic problems. How do I sound? See, this is exactly what I didn't want to do. Hi, Monk Monty. I was thinking about you because I was thinking about the book that you said that you read, Pale White Horse. I was thinking about doing a video about that. How do I sound? Do I sound loud and crazy? I hope so. I'm just kidding. Is my voice normal? Okay, I feel like I know what to do here. So we did some troubleshooting today. I feel like I know what to do. I think I can depend. I'll tell you right now who I think I can depend on here. Jigsaw Kid. I know I can depend on Angela. Oh, I sound okay? Cool. And Monk Monty, I think I can depend on. Let me know if Mike sounds better now. I think Mike is supposed to be in this area. Un momento, por favor. Muchas gracias.
And I've turned on Vive.
Better?
And
they think that you're a subtard.
Well, I am sickened by them, and we need to get those keys out of their hands. So I did. I burned the American
Mike's
flag.
Good. Cool. This
by accident.
Good, so good.
And what was I going to say? It was something important about it. So on the last episode, you saw the flag was burning. And then we put it out on break. I had something very funny to say. This was all leading up, Jules, to us going on break. I put out the fire. And what was the big punchline? Because that was a long story to tell. I got distracted with the, it wasn't the crummer. I got distracted with, the bouncing of the antidote. And I'm telling you, there's so much confetti here. I got ADD. So I'm looking at every damn piece of confetti thinking it's one of my notes. I'm getting confused between my notes and my confetti that's everywhere. And there's thousands of this. So this is going to be a very difficult podcast to do, of course.
We also have Jules in the house. What's up? What's
Jules
up?
is here.
Jules in the house. This is going to be a very difficult podcast to do.
All right, welcome to Redbar.
So they're calling people like you who oppose this new law that Vivek has written into law, Vivitar. They're calling them the woke right.
Oh, the woke right. Okay, well, I hope that I'm not put in any box. Of course, I've gone far out of my way to not be put in a box, not by anybody.
Like, did you see Michaela and Candace Owens fighting on Twitter, where Michaela's like, "Everyone just support Elon, everybody."
Oh, I don't use Twitter. I get my news from confetti.
This is just the woke right. And then Candace Owens like, "Really? What kind of visa?"
No. She reads Twitter. She tells me what's going on.
Oh, this was a great week on Twitter. Let me tell you that.
I've got a lot of surprises coming up. I don't want to blow them all. How long have we been on the air right now?
1 hour and 17 minutes.
What the fuck did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
1 hour.
What? Oh, wait, I'm getting my prints all over this damn thing. What did you just say to me? Ah! Woo! Thank you. More surprises coming up.
Beautiful callback.
Okay, more surprises coming up. Of course, in moments, Carol G will be taking the stage tonight and performing her rendition of America the Beautiful to kick off the party. And I'm still waiting on so many of our guests to arrive. And I'll tell you this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. I'll tell you what's going on right now. Jules, I have lost...
Did you do your 9-pill challenge, by the way?
Did I? I did not do that.
Oh.
Okay, thank you for reminding me here. And not joking, cut to the close-up. Every piece of confetti today was made by cutting up Portra 800 Kodak film. Look, we have 1,000 of these boxes. It's $23 a roll. And we've been cutting it up to make the confetti. We wanted to bring a little risk into the air. Film is very flammable. So we're using Portra 800 tonight. You film buffs, you 35 millimeter buffs know what I'm talking about there. Now, I can't find, Jules, I had 2 notes. I had 2 notes here. And they're both... Okay, that's one of them. So we found one of them. I gotta find that other one here, because that was my most important note, and I don't know where I put it. I'm telling you, I can't make sense of heads or tails of it.
You also use that as crutches.
Well, it's just the right height when you're sitting in a chair. See? You can make a point. You know, I like to... This is a real weapon, by the way. I was feeling like this. Before the show, I was like, if these...
Oh my god, please.
It's not loaded, but it... There's a couple in there. I put tape over the... Look, I'll tell you what I did. It is loaded. But I'll show you. This is... I put gaff tape over where the bullets enter the gun. So that's all that's stopping us. Now, if that tears, then we're in for...
Stop. Oh, that's nice that you can make it a short little guy. That's much cooler.
It's hot! It's hot! Okay, Arizona, they just let you buy these. Oh my God, my iPad. So there is something cool I'll show you today, and then we'll get into this stuff. You never see me do this. This iPad controls the whole studio here. Okay, everything's fine. This iPad controls the whole studio. I think we should do one of our first things here. So I got the whole lighting council is on here. You can see all the different colored lights.
Oh, the Council of Lighting.
The Council of Lighting. But watch this. All my power is on here as well. Why don't you cut to the wide shot, Jules? And we're going to try our first surprise of the night. Now, this better go right because a lot of this stuff has not been going according to plan here. Of course, we're waiting for 67 guests that each have a big meal and a lot of champagne and a lot of party favors spent on. So this is really driving me insane.
But remember,
but we also have surprises. Why don't we cut to the close-up of the Champagne Tower? And let's try this. Okay, hold on. Now, this surely has gone awry. Hold on. Okay, that has gone. We're going to try our next gag. You cut to me, and you'll see, with one press, we're going to cut to the Champagne Tower. And? Can you hear anything?
I do hear something, yes.
Look at this.
Oh.
It's working.
Oh.
It's working.
Oh.
So this is a bubble machine we bought, but it was $30 at Party City, 60% off. It's one of the more plasticky bubble machines. But look, I got it hooked up to a smart plug. It's on top of the Pearl.
Where did you
from
hear
that from the movie Pearl. And it is pretty fantastic, I would say. Let's just sit back and enjoy some bubbles over the Champagne Tower that was supposed to be for the guests. And you could kind of hear it when the mics open up. You could hear the bubble machine in the back. So that's that. Let's save some of those bubbles for later. We'll turn that off now. Thank you very much. It's all on the iPad here. All remote control. Thank you very much. From the iPad. Should we get the show up? Should we get the TV up and start looking into 2025? A toast. You know, I did this. We were going to do this. What was this called? This Crystal Canadian, clearly Canadian toast. Mm-hmm. And we charged our listeners a lot of money for this. We scammed them. We never did the toast. So we're doing it now with champagne. Here we are. Okay. All right, my VIPs, my red carpets, my movers and shakers, my elites. Are we ready for our first rise tonight? Yeah, I think so, right? Let's get a rise, and we'll get this party started. We have a lot of content. So, in addition to all these fun things that we're doing here and these, you know, these luxury things that we're doing here, we also have a very big show planned for everyone tonight with all your favorites. They're all going to be here. We have some Rise music chosen for the first Rise of 2025.
Let's party a little
Okay,
bit,
hit
I
it.
guess.
1,
This is also
2,
a club.
3.
Okay, so we're gonna do
Hit that smoke machine. Why not?
Something very annoying.
It's so weird. I thought these would be brands that I have heard about. I've never heard about this one. It's DRAMBUIE. Okay, well, I read the instructions. It said unwrap. I could do that. Oh, wow. Look at the decadence. It said unwrap, Jules. And then, wait till you see this. So this might make me sick, too. It said to unwrap, and I'm trying to do this fast, guys. Oh, Lord knows. Okay, so you undress it, and it's just a beautiful naked black man. And it said then you bite the bottom, drink, and then finish it off.
Let's see.
Let's try it. Here we go. Now, I've only had Russell Stover's sugar-free chocolate for the last 2 or 3 months.
Which is pretty good.
If you don't have real chocolate. So it makes real chocolate taste like Anson's. Here we go. I'm going to drink the liquor inside. Oh, it's so good. What do they call this? That's my food dance. What do they call it? Yippee! That's my yummy food dance. Thank you. All right. Hey, that was a hit. Thank you, Jules, for letting me get those. At the Total Wine
Of course.
and More, of course, brought to you by Total Wine and More tonight. You get it. We've mentioned them a bunch of times. They are sponsoring tonight's show. And they said, Mike, we like you because of your beliefs. And we stand behind anything you say, and our company will follow you wherever you go. Thank you, Total Wine and More. All right. Josh Denny, come on down. Now change the sound. Put on a different song. That will transition me back into Denny without looking pathetic here, as he's been on the screen for 1 hour. Hit it! It's Denny time! Those are so pretty, aren't they? It's time for Josh Denny. And we did the drink, right? We drank a drink. We're good. Here he is. Okay, this is the picture I've been wanting to show you. It's totally, the payoff is going to be great because on the last episode, now tell me if I said this, I don't know what I say on the show or what I say to Jules or what I say to all of my I'm so blessed to have so many friends. Now, I don't know what I say on the show and what I say off the show.
Hi,
did I
Christina.
say,
I'm so happy that you're here.
Dear God, did I do a prayer on the last show or was this in private? When I said, please, Lord, it's me, Mike. I hear that Josh, Denny, and Ned have broken up. Please, God, my dear Jesus, can you make her next boyfriend a black guy? Thank you. And the Lord has answered my prayers in the form of this picture with none other than Black Lando from the Star Wars play. Thank you. And he is not only with Netta Gaby, who looks happier, this is Josh's ex, happier than she's been in 100 years, but he is also holding
look at that
what
thing.
appears to be his giant cigar. I like to keep it clean. I like to keep it classy.
This is what I see from Mike when I wake up in the morning. I open my
Whoa,
eyes.
whoa!
He's standing beside my bed.
No, well, that picture of Landau in front of her bed. I'm not kidding. Now, I don't know if you could see this because of the shadows. That's a film term. Let me show you this.
That's a film term.
Let me show you this because this is really happening. And if you download a picture of this at home, you could see.
New Year's Eve.
Let me show you this.
They're saying he looks like Terryology, which is so true. So he's also smart.
He is a Terryologist. Yeah, he's also really smart. So right here is his. I'm showing you the outline here. It's this, and it goes.
Good for her.
Oh, Jules, don't say that.
She looks
like
beautiful.
this,
She's obviously so happy.
and he is holding it as to show Josh Denny. Oh yeah, that's what's happening here, Ginger. My Ginger. He is showing. He is actually, and this is black people do stuff like this. This is a black man's caucus. I really need some sort of a bomb. We're going to have to start blowing off real firecrackers here in a moment. He is doing a black man's caucus, and he is holding his dick with Josh's girl, and he's making this face right at the lens. Now, this picture has been used to torment Josh Denny throughout the month. Thank you so much for doing it. It shocks me how few people. What is the noise I'm hearing? Is it all the foil vibrating when I speak and going?
There's nothing.
Okay, I'm hearing a vibration of tinsel. There are people that harass Josh Denny, and Lord knows that he needs that harassment. His Twitter, in response, he's been sulking on Twitter. He has been, talking about dating and dating profiles and the life of a single man and the life of a man who lost his girlfriend over the holidays. And people respond with this photo. They post this photo in his replies, and they ask him boneheaded questions about it. Now, Josh has ignored this completely, but is there any justice better than a picture like this?
No, he hasn't ignored it completely.
Oh, really?
He did. Should we watch an episode of The Big Uglies? That is,
ladies and
transpired?
gentlemen, is this the first episode of The Big Uglies since the big breakup of The Big
It's
Ugly?
the second, but the first one he made sure to not mention it at all.
Okay.
And the second one he let a little sub slip out.
Ew. I'm not even kidding. I know this is gross and I don't even like doing this, but I have to show people what the fuck just died on my desk. Another fucking... Oh! Ew. I'm really sorry about this. I swear to God, all these plants we brought in it, and I think the seafood, I swear to God, I saw one on the seafood tower. Right there, Jules. Can you see anything? There's not.
I don't know.
And why
I'll
are
look
they
closer.
all dead? Why are they all like, this? I'm really sorry. That's so gross. That's so gross that there's bugs, right? Okay. The first episode of The Big Uglies that he mentions his breakup. So he had one episode where he had to sit through it. This is Josh's podcast, by the way. And it's been really wonderful to watch. Remember, him and Big Spit used to do this podcast in some sort of professional studio. And we never knew where that studio was, who was allowing him. We always figured maybe it was like a friend of his worked at some sort of like, what do they call that? Where it's like a podcast studio where people come in every hour and they could shoot their podcast there. You know, it's like set up for people to come in and just rent it. And we never knew who gave him that. We never knew what it was about, but it looked professional. I mean, at least more professional than him sitting in his kitchen on a webcam, you know, built-in webcam. And it was this studio. It had multi-cams. In fact, you could see Josh's little fat fingers pressing the button to switch cams. But at least it had multi-cameras, and they were wearing headphones, and they had real microphones, and the exposure was semi-correct. What do you think about the exposure of this guy, Josh, huh? Under? A little under? This is Josh's new reality, and he's been trying to avoid it. He knows that he's taking it up the ass right now, you know? And I'm surprised we haven't even had a big meltdown about the trolls yet, have we?
I don't think so.
He's been kind of humbled by this, you know, not in any sort of
real way
or any way that is enough for me. I need to see a humbling, you know, to me,
an apology of sorts.
Well, no, I feel Josh Denny, this is just one of at least, how many days are there of Hanukkah, Jules?
8.
Okay, I would like there to be at least 8 consequences for Josh Denny, this being just one. And they get worse and worse and worse, and there at least has to be 8. But if there's going to be 8 days of Hanukkah, there must be 8 consequences for Josh Denny. Netta, his girlfriend of 12 years, who has paved the way for Josh to sit at his tweet deck in his kitchen, telling it like it is. You know, she's the one paying the bills. She's the one bailing him out. She's the one bringing him home all the freebies from her little PR job. She's the one making sure he gets the Popeyes every night. She's the one making sure that he could make those DoorDash payments using Affirm. She's the one who made sure the rent got paid. She's the one who made sure that he could have a car to do his Uber and lifting, which is not a joke. I think we actually have some evidence that Josh might be back to driving Uber, which would be lovely. I mean, if he was driving Uber on Christmas, that would be great. But I feel like he smashed up his his last car. We also have word that Josh has been in 12 car accidents in his adult life. 12 car accidents, automotive disasters. Is 12 too much? Do you think 12 is too much, Jules? How many car accidents have you been in?
0.
I've been in 9. Nope. 3. And 3 is too much for your whole life. Josh Denny admitted the other day on a show, maybe we'll hear this, I don't know.
Yes, I haven't.
Oh, you
it,
haven't?
So.
12 car accidents. Should we watch the Big Ugly? Should we see how Josh
I'm
is?
so excited, actually, because we haven't watched
No.
this show in years,
We
it
haven't.
seems like.
Okay, where do I go first? Are we in
I dragged it up to the top. This one's called Big Uglies. Yeah, the
Big
top
Uglies, Denny N-word and Netta subs.
one. Yes, sir.
Denny N-word and Netta subs. And Josh, yes, this is what we choose to do with our big New Year's. Do you know I sacrificed my New Year's and my whole month of December? I've been printing out pictures of you. I've been
didn't
printing
even do
out...
Christmas this year.
No, all I do,
Denny.
and I want Denny to know this. Denny, me, and thousands of others. We go through your Twitter. We talk about it with each other. We print pictures cut to the Champagne Tower. We print pictures of Netta. We pray to gods about you. And I sit there on my whole life is dedicated to just hoping that you suffer the consequences of the things you've done. That, and imagine having a guy like me, and this isn't a threat, but imagine having this guy, and every day, me and my wife, we talk about you every day. And we wish and we hope and we pray.
And before, at least, he had Netta to sit around and complain with, but now he has to sit and imagine me and Mike in bed going, tee.
That's what we do, and we watch Big Uglies. We watch your show with our 100 other, Redbar viewers, and we watch your show, and we all snicker at you. We're your only audience. And you should really be thankful, Josh Denny, that you have us. Without us, your life might be a lot worse. Those Patreon members you have, how many does he have right now?
He
Patreon.
has 5.
Those are all us. Now, without me, without Jules, you'd have 0 Patreon members. Okay. Now, how much is he racking in a month with those 5?
He is racking in
5 paid?
I think it's $21. Let me check it. $21.48 a month.
So we need to know now, Josh. We track all your income. Okay, so we track everything you do. We track all legally, of course. We track your income. As far as we know, you don't have any other source of income, and you haven't for months since Sam Hyde decided to stop working with you on his events. So, and I spoke with Sam.
Hi, guys.
He
Welcome
apologized
to Redbar.
profusely
I'm happy
to
that
me
you're here.
for working with you. And
New
he
Year's
is,
Eve
he's shared many behind-the-scenes details about your everything you do and how you act and how you look, and behind-the-scenes pictures of you working on his stuff. And he did hire you as just a practical joke, and it was all just to get info for me. So, where does your income come from? I'm thinking you're driving Uber again. We have some evidence to show you've been driving some Uber again, and it seems like you don't have any shame. Let's go to this Big Uglies. Let's see the man. It's Josh Denny. Turn down that celebration music for once, and let's see some Big Uglies. Here he comes. The Big Uglies exclusively on X. Come on down, Josh. I've been called. So all these people, and imagine if you had to watch a show where they don't cut out their little will be on shortly. I'm always fast forwarding to get to the show. Steel Toe Mountain Denny. My favorites. Here it is. Topics they won't talk about exclusively on X. This one's on YouTube, right?
I guess their exclusivity deal came to an end.
So let's do this fast forward deal till we see him. And we've got some great codes. And I think this is going to really transition this big show into... Okay, here he comes. Here he comes. Holy fuck, he looks horrible. There he is, and you haven't really seen him in a while. Like, we haven't really...
His colored light back there used to be pink.
Yes.
Because Netta lived there, but now it's blue.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, he's a boy, no longer living with a
Women
girl.
are so stupid, and I'm a man, and I'm
my
here
God.
in my house, and my light's blue.
He set up a Hanukkah shrub? I didn't notice this.
Hi.
He one-man Christmas. He did a one-man Christmas? You can't do a one-man
You at least
Christmas,
have it.
right? You have to do that with your family. So this, by the way, the apartment you're seeing him in is a 600 to 700 square foot joint. He has lived here his entire adult life. Patrick Melton, the Patrick Melton, used to live in this very unit. Not the same building.
Even the dude is like, damn, bitch,
Yeah.
you live like this?
I mean, the dude had a nicer place. Melton used to live here. This is Melton's old Burbank apartment. And losers, when they get a new apartment, they try to find somebody to take over their apartment for them. Not me. When I get a new apartment, it's fucking done. I don't care who. I'm not associated with anybody.
Molotov cocktail.
Molotov right in. Josh Denny needed a place. So Patrick, he inherited the apartment from Patrick Melton. He's sharing the same toilet as the behemoth Melton. He is sharing the same bed, probably. I bet Patrick left his bed. These types of people, when they move, they leave the bed.
And they're like, I'll take the
These
bed and
types of
same
people.
mattress, and I don't see anything wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong with it. Same couch, same carpet. The same carpet that Melton nakedly swam on. Imagine Melton completely naked. His huge ass that is about this wide, laying on that carpet as he backstrokes against the grain of the carpet. Denny sits on that same carpet naked Indian style as Melton, who was laying naked on the carpet. He has inherited the house. He has lived there ever since.
At least for Christmas, he got himself a Louboutin hat.
Wow, that is fine. Now, Melton has had 4 or 5 different homes since he moved out of this place. Denny has lived here for 14, 15 years. It is a place you live in when you're 17 and you just moved to LA and you just don't have any money and you live here for a year and then you get the fuck out of there and you never look back. Not Denny. He has lived here his whole life with Netta Gaby. Okay? And they have both lived there for many years, and Netta has covered many of his bills.
God, I hope she's living in a penthouse right now.
She's out there with Lando. She's living it up. She's on the set of Broadway plays. She's got guys. She's probably got 17 different guys that are taking care of her in the DMs. Probably got 17 different guys that think that, it's just her and them. And she gladly takes their little money. She's the type of girl who goes on a date to get the meal covered. She'll go on a date with some black guy so that she could just have a nice dinner that night. And she don't mind. She's out there. She probably got 50 different black guys up in her DMs.
I mean, good for her. She's been paying for every dinner for 12 years straight. It's about time that she got a dinner paid for.
And Josh has now turned the lamp blue. This was always pink, and that's a nice lamp. Those are nice. We've got, we were going to get some of those. We couldn't afford those types of lamps for here, but those are nice. I always like those. Just light up the ceiling. And I do see he got from Ace Hardware. He got the Ace Hardware Hanukkah bush. Now that is, you know what? I'm imagining this to be a Hanukkah bush instead of a Christmas tree. I imagine that to be on his coffee table, and it's only this high.
That's a Hanukkah bush. I thought that was a Christmas tree.
Oh, would you like to know what a Hanukkah bush is?
Maybe.
Did you know what my real name is before I married you? You're not going to like this.
Hanukkah W. Bush.
Hanukkah Harry. I don't have a sound effect. I need sound effects.
Okay, do it again.
Well, it's all the way
Say
up.
Hanukkah Harry.
Hanukkah Harry. No, I don't like that either. Well, this works. And I bet you my machine gun's got a sound. Yeah, that kind of...
Don't point it at him. He gets so mad when he perceives a threat.
This is not a threat.
He thought even a bulletproof vest was
I
a
know.
threat at him, which that's protecting
I
you,
know.
dumbass.
We have a bulletproof vest that we did. Remember when Kanye wore a bulletproof vest and it said Donda? We bought the exact same bulletproof vest with the exact same letters and wrote Denny on it because Donda. And Denny took that as a threat.
On his
and it's
life.
like, since when
he
is a
tweeted
bulletproof
that was
vest?
a threat on his life.
A bulletproof vest is saving your life. Okay, well, here he is, and this is the first we're going to hear of him. He looks different. He's taken off his glasses. So I think he's out there. He's trying to find a new girlfriend. Now, the fact that Denny ever got Netta to begin with blows our mind. Even at her heaviest, at her heaviest, which was heavier than him. Her heaviest, we saw her on film. We saw her on that Spy Pry tape where they went to that Christian conservative gala, and the spy was sitting at their table secretly filming him and Netta and watching Netta steal chocolates and putting it in her purse, and she was as big as a house. We couldn't believe it because Josh had been telling us how hot his girlfriend was. Now, Netta, I gotta say, as long as you're not with Josh, we still good. Wait, we still good. We're good. If you're not with Josh, well, we owe you an apology.
Yes.
Now, I brought up this idea on the last show. The amount of money you could make sharing Josh secrets. I know myself. Now, I don't know, if that's, I don't want you to make anything up. I don't want you to slander anybody, but, I'd pay $5,000 a secret, right? I would pay $5,000 a secret for a Denny secret, or a good, juicy Denny story. I'm sure 12 years living with Denny in this tiny, tiny apartment, you must have a million great Denny tales, or at least be able to straighten out some of these stories that Denny's been telling. Has he been telling the truth all these years? Oh, Netta, the amount of money you could have. You really, I'm not kidding. She can make $20,000 a month doing a show about Denny. If you did a live stream, even if it was a pathetic Instagram live where you take tips or whatever, you could be making $20,000 a month.
I feel like she would look
Denny
really
stories.
good in a gamer chair,
Yeah.
like a high camera.
Yeah, big high gamer chair. You could sit there like Miss Pewty. What is her name? Pokimane. You got the dark hair. And you tell Denny secrets one after the another, that money will come in, and I will encourage that. I will encourage these men to pay. And we want to see you back on your feet. You had to spend 12 years with him. Now, no matter what you think, Netta Gaby, 12 years with him is a punishment worse than,
She's
being
paid her
tortured
dues.
in Afghanistan. That is worse than being in the hole. That's worse than being in, what do they call that, where they put... Jeffrey Bezos when he was arrested.
I used to sit there looking at his Twitter going, holy fuck, how is she doing this?
And the way he treated you, the way Josh would talk about women, a.k.a. you were the only woman ever in his life.
That all of his women tweets were actually just
all
about
you. That's awful.
Women
so you had to
never
live
work.
with him. You've had to live with him for 12 years while he sat in his kitchen that you paid for, and then he would tweet all these shitty things about you and fellow women, and you would just have to sit there, and you would come home from work and see his fat ass sitting at that kitchenette going, actually, I was the leader of Sean. Wait, remember Josh said that he was one of the higher ups at Sean John? You mean P. Diddy's company? Whoa! Denny would always brag about how he was one of the big higher ups
That was one of
at
his
Sean
corporate
John
jobs.
when he
Sean
worked
John.
in corporate America. Well, Denny, were you involved in some of the baby oil activities with Diddy? You were such a higher up at Sean John. Maybe we should look into that or start telling your followers that you were working with Diddy, which you don't really bring up anymore. Oh my God, look at his face. You look geekier, nerdier in that singleness. Boy, does it show.
Yeah.
You've never looked like more of, and I'm going to use your favorite word, a faggot nerd than you do now. If you think you look sharp, you got another thing coming. You know what you look like? A nerd from when we were kids. A stupid, fat, fucking nerd that everyone hates. So we hate you, and we're so happy Netta left. And good fucking luck ever getting another girl, because your standards are so high. You're not going to date. The only people who would date you are some pig. You know, between everything you've said online, between all the stuff you've said about women, what do you think one of the hot, conservative, blonde babes that you lust over is going to date you? No one's going near you. You don't have any money. You're 42. You've got no money, no job, no fans, 5 Patreons, which are us. You look like this. You're a redhead. I mean, your life might be over. I would say you should probably, and I don't say this to have you watch Redbar. When have I ever said this? You should probably take your own life. You really should think about that. Do it for America. Do it for the conservative movement.
That's not a threat either.
That's not a threat, but I really
accuse.
think if anyone should take their own life, it should be you.
Thinking about your options.
Your option, that's one of your best options. All right, let's get into my codes.
Okay, let's see.
It's code time. Let's hear.
Let's just see how it starts, because we haven't. I don't think have we ever watched Big Uglies? Like we
barely
episode,
watched
but
this shit. We barely watched this shit. Josh is more of a folklore tale at Redbar because we have so many new people around here. They've only heard of Josh as this legendary, this folklore, this urban legend, who, by the way, lives in an urban environment in Burbank. He lives in a very low-rent place, one of the most low-rent apartment buildings, and he shares a wall. I can't wait to see they probably have already moved in together, him and Big Spit. Who, by the way, Carl Spitali, who we named Big Spid, our spider after, how long until they start sharing an apartment? How long before they start going halvesies on everything, if they haven't already? All right, what's my first time code? I'm dying to hear this.
Okay,
Should we see the beginning?
Yeah, let's just look at the beginning.
I love
a
a beginning. Here we go, folks. Our first video of the day. And we've only been on for, 5 hours?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Big Uglies. I'm one of your hosts, Josh Denny, and with me is the other host, Mr. Big Spit Cross Batali.
So they've lost their podcast studio, like I said. They haven't mentioned why. Well, why would they? It's only 5 listeners. Which is really crazy. You'll see we got this thing. Gino Bisconte lost his YouTube channel, and you would think that's the biggest loser. That's the biggest loser you could get, right? Well, we look at his Patreon. He still has 1,500 members. What does Josh have? 5 at this stage of the game. You know what? I'm missing my puffer. Did I throw that in rage somewhere? I have a backup, but remind me. So here he is, and now they're on webcam. He lives, Carl Spitali, Big Spit, who just lost his Twitter account. Okay, he was banned from Twitter. He lives on the other side of Josh's wall. Why can't you come over? Carl, go over to Josh. Set up go around the couch. You got the couch with the Christmas tree area. Set up around the coffee table and sit there like this and hang out with Josh. You just lost the love of his life, but you're going to do it on the other side of the wall, and you're both on webcam, but you're sharing the wall.
Maybe
and doing
he's got
it.
plugs and everything, and he can't afford an extension cord or like a hub with
it's
extra
something.
outlets.
It's something, but we'd love to see the two of you together. Because this Zoom call you two do, is there anything more pathetic than a Zoom? You can't call it even a podcast when you're just doing a Zoom call. I'm sorry. That is not a podcast.
So the reason we barely ever watch the Big Uglies, even though Denny is our most favorite fool, is because most of it is just Denny talking about movies and stuff. Like,
it's weird.
So bland.
It's weird because he doesn't even do his pandering. on this show, which is weird because
he does a little bit, but like
it's not enough.
45%.
We always wonder because we go, why he just talks about like old movies and like boring sports stuff.
I've got a beautiful example of
and you're going, you've got 5 subscribers, you've got 134 followers on X. Why don't you at least pander to them and try to get them to listen so that you could have some sort of a living? He refuses to do it, and he just sits around talking about the Vikings.
And Big Spit is fucking bored. He hates this.
Working with Josh. He hates Josh, and Josh belittles him and treats him worse than I've ever treated Jules. You'll see that coming up. All right, let's see this.
3820. This is an example of what the Big Uglies is usually like.
3820, and I want to thank Redbar Rewind for hooking us up. All right, here we go. Anything I need to know about this one?
In this one, Denny shows Big Spit a trailer for Netflix's 2012 show Derek.
Whoa. Now, that's a show I've never even heard of. Derek?
That's because it's from
Derek.
2012.
So Josh has been watching. He's single, newly single, and he's watching Derek. Let's see.
Yeah, you should do a first watch of it. It's fucking great. But what I thought was interesting is I forgot that Derek came out in 2012.
Look at how bored Big Spit is.
And for people who don't know,
I mean, imagine if someone was telling you about a show from 2012 and it's called Derek. Come on. Would you ever, you know how people tell you about, oh, you should see The Sopranos. You should see The Wire. You're like, yeah. Imagine if that was replaced with Derek, 2012's Derek, exclusive on Netflix.
Derek, I could probably find the trailer. Here it is.
He's going to show the trailer of Derek.
Big Spit is texting.
For people who don't know Derek, it's a Ricky Gervais show. I think it was the first scripted show he did on Netflix.
So Ricky Gervais is his idol. He thinks that's like the most badass guy there is. Now, Ricky Gervais fell off about 13 years ago, maybe even more. Ricky Gervais is the most boring cunt you could imagine. He dresses bad. He looks bad. His attitude's bad. His stand-up's bad. He wears a European London-y headset to do stand-up.
T-shirt.
And a tight T-shirt, and he wears his little wire because he can't be bothered to hold a microphone. There is nothing. I don't know what he thinks Ricky Gervais is, but there's nothing about Gervais that should be idolized. Nobody's talking about Gervais no more. You know? He's not this hero you think he is.
The Ricky Gervais show, I think it was the first scripted show he did on Netflix. And he plays someone with an undiagnosed illness or condition, I guess we could call it.
Hold up. Age of
Look at Big
Coral.
Spit.
Age of Coral.
So
because
what
they
is
don't
Big
have
Spit doing. Big Spit has bent.
Because I think I'm in love with you. Age of Coral, are you the one that bought 10 subscriptions, 10 member subscriptions? Like one of the last lives in the last month? Was that you? Can we get married if that was you? Anyone else feel free to buy some membership. Chris Mack, wasn't it Age of Coral that bought those 10 memberships on a live? I think it was. I want to thank you so much for doing that. I think it was you. Let me know.
Down into the frame and look at the environment he lives in. Beige on beige on beige. We wanted to do. My dream is to do an episode of the show where we celebrate Big Spit's apartment. We paint everything beige. Imagine, cut to the wide. Imagine this whole place, one coat of beige. Everything. The desk, the lights, the TVs, all beige. That's what Big Spit's living in right now. Let's see what happens. He don't care about Derek. You know what? Now I'm remembering what Derek is. I'm remembering the show Derek now. But how dare you watch this in 2025 with all that you got going on?
Never actually say what it is. It's actually a bit of genius from a production perspective.
They never do in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I'm Derek Noakes. I work at Broad Hill nursing home for the elderly.
Can't even understand
It's
it.
Dougie. He's the caretaker.
British.
No one ever warned me of this. I like wrestling. So strong.
And look at Big Spit's face. He couldn't be more bored. So Denny is losing the only friend he has, this Big Spit. Big Spit here's my offer today. I will give you $4,000 a month to never speak with Denny again. What do you say? That's a lot of money for you. This is run out.
I've got a great idea for the bomb for when we come back from the next break.
Oh,
by the way.
good. Because we have other options. There's many other options with this whole computer. But yes, Big Spit, that is my offer to you. I think we could spare $4,000 a month to give that to you, but you would have to you can't secretly, because that would be breaking the deal, and then you get sued for all that money. Then you're out on the street. But $4,000 a month, you never have to speak to Denny again, and you can live off $4,000. You could just play on Twitter for that $4,000 a month. That covers your puny bills.
And he spends most of his day tweeting, just like Denny, but instead of 160K followers, Big Spit has 19.
19, and that just went up one today. Yesterday we counted Big Spit has 19 followers on Twitter. Your life will never be better than this $4,000 a month opportunity. Now, I'm only willing to do that for a year, but I think that's enough time for you to move on from Denny, forget about him, maybe find another apartment.
And maybe that Denny doesn't have this hot babe girlfriend anymore. You're kind of like, maybe this guy
maybe
isn't
Denny
so great
sucks
after all.
And you know what? 1,000 for each Denny secret you have. How about that? Break up with Denny, leave him be, because he ain't got nobody else but you.
And Big Spit, you know how much we love embezzlement, so
Yeah. Okay.
you know we're good for it.
And Denny has not been himself. You know, I hope people don't start thinking they got to feel bad for him. He's the most despicable person. You got to take it from me. I've never steered you wrong with these guys. He's the worst living human being that exists right now in 2025. So never feel bad. Not that anybody has ever said that. But I know how people can go, oh, he lost his girlfriend. He's, oh my God, my pants are hiked up like shorts. I went to go check. My whole, from the knee down is showing. Now, I don't know how that happened from jumping around. Unless this cleaner shrunk this suit. Okay, was there any more from this Derek clip that we should
Keep going
because
because Big Spit basically almost falls asleep.
Okay, let's see Big Spit falling asleep.
To me, this is good
gonna
shit.
kill me one day.
And Kev, he's my other friend. He doesn't work. He doesn't do anything. And best of all,
Look at that.
is Hannah. She's the manager here.
Do you read? Yeah. What do you read?
And Denny's watching it as hard
I
as he
mean-
can.
I love working here. I'm the
Wait,
luckiest.
Big Spit didn't laugh with you. You had to do a fake laugh to show how enjoyable Derek is. And why do you care if he watches fucking Derek? Just say, we watched Derek and move on. They'll figure it out on their own. You need him to watch Derek? He can't afford to watch Derek. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the internet. He doesn't have the Ethernet speed to watch no Derek.
Best man in the world.
When I first met Derek, he only ever asked one
Look at
question.
Denny's face.
What can I do? And whatever it is.
As he
no matter how
watches
hard
Derek.
It doesn't.
Great here, isn't it? Everyone gets on. We're like one big family.
Lizzie, why are you standing there?
Look at that.
There.
Is there anything more pathetic than watching
There,
Derek?
where you're standing. You're
He's
standing
watching
there.
it.
And all you
So-
hear, and this is all Big Spit hears, and he's over Zoom. So he's hearing this audio over Zoom. He's saying, oh yeah, Derek looks great. Derek looks fantastic. What was this, some murmuring in British? Is that PAL?
Some murmuring. And
Is it shot in PAL? This is your only PAL, Denny, is watching this non-NTCF television from London. That's Denny's only pal is the show
Charles
Derek. Now that is a
Charles
I don't even know if they
Simmons
still
is
shoot
the-
in PAL. This looks like
the
PAL.
Earth Brown
Everything
still?
in London is
Or is it
dreary.
flat?
Even their codecs are dreary.
What? I
Their
am, what
resolution is
happened?
lower.
What did I miss?
Am I?
Anna, this is the big trailer. The music stops in the trailer, and an old lady goes, Amma. Comes back in.
And look at Denny's reaction. He's like, that's my shit.
What is so fucking funny about Derek? You look like a kid named Derek, by the way. Doesn't he?
Yes.
Let's start calling him Derek. Derek! You're a fat Jewish fuck ginger named Derek? You're getting felted right now. Does anyone know where that's from? $50. No, because somebody will know right away. All right,
Wait,
let's
keep going for one more
Okay,
second.
yeah,
Sorry.
of course.
I
do
feel
it.
like there's a good part.
Look at Big Spit. He's bored out of his mind.
70s, the new 60.
He's just staring. Thousand Island Stare.
Hysteric. Look at this.
Are you enjoying this trailer?
19 followers. Big Spit, I can change your life. I could change your life. I could change it. I could change your life. Let me change your life, Big
I think
Spit.
that Big Spit can be changed.
Yes.
I feel like there's a potential
Here,
for a
watch
huge
this.
glow up.
Or, let's play a game of or. Denny or Big Spit, 2 days, Airbnb, Minnesota.
Big Spit in
there
a
you
second.
Go.
I mean,
we choose you, Big Spit, and we want to be friends with you. Imagine being friends with me and her over Denny. What your life could become. And I expect an answer to this publicly on video.
I stole the Thousand Island Stare from the Stavros joke, by the way, just in case people are going to be like,
what is
"You
the
stole that
Stavros joke? What is the Stavros joke of the 1,000-yard stare? I've never heard that one. I don't pay attention to most jokes. So please, explain to me. No, what is the joke? Sweet darling, what is the joke about the Stavros stare? Oh, she seems to know
nothing.
a lot about Shane Gillis.
No, it's nothing.
You know, my wife is obsessed with Adam Friedland.
That's true.
Okay. And Stavros. Okay, so look at Denny's face now. He's not so sure his life is very good anymore. And he's looking like a straight-up Derek Potts palsy faggot. Sorry about that word, too, to the Tim Heideckers and John Kirkman. This guy deserves it.
I don't think I've ever been in a nice place before.
Eat it now. Now.
I think I could just zoom in, and then we don't really need to see Derek.
Yeah,
it's hard to get them both. Hard to get them both.
To himself.
Derek.
This is all I need, this. Bit of peace and quiet.
Dougie. Douglas.
Peace and quiet over with for the
I
day.
hope Derek gets taken off the air as soon as Big Spit gets into it.
Look, you can even see the old Netflix logo. Really great show. I think it's one of the best, if not the best thing that Gervais has done. And
Big Spit's
one of the things I thought was interesting was
he despises
it wasn't that long after that show came out and did really well that Netflix started doing autistic dating shows.
See, this is what we mean. This is what he's wasting his time talking about. You've got conservatives to pander to, buddy. You got bills to pay. You know, start grifting. You know, I don't know why you're doing this. You know, your whole Twitter is grifting and pandering. Do that on the show so that I think he's like afraid to have people actually watch. Because then it's definitive. If people actually watch, then they can actually make a choice whether he's good or not. I think he likes having none of those Twitter followers ever seeing what he actually does so that he could hide behind this illusion of being this working comic that's really funny. You know, if they never have to see it, then he never has to confront this idea that he's terrible. He's being felted. All right, what's
Wait, how many years ago was 2012?
Oh, boy. Well, let's see. That was probably
about 12 years ago, 11 years and 11 months. So maybe the reason he's reminiscing about Derek is because he watched it with Netta when they were in the honeymoon phase.
Derek is as old as your relationship with Netta, which just left you, and now you're rewatching Derek all of a sudden?
And so I wanted to ask you, after trans has become like a trend, we're talking about child abuse, at what point are parents going to start trying to make their children autistic so that they're more...
Okay, I don't think Big Spit cares anymore now that you don't have Big Netta. All right, what's our next little code here?
Click 5 seconds ahead. Or just like go like that. I want to see if he lays down, if this is the part. Yes.
Oh, look at this. Big Spit so bored. And we're only, we're 40 minutes into the broadcast. This isn't like they've been on for hours.
Parents are going like, is it possible to get a little bit of extra vaccines in my child just so that they're television worthy?
And I think, does he yell at him here for this?
I think
so. Okay, watch. So Big Spit lays down. Now, oh, look at Big Spit. He's behind all my good stuff. Big Spit, you're buried in all my good stuff here. You know, Denny hates this. Denny.
Light the fucking things in front of him.
Yes, that is such a great idea.
Him
that is
up.
such a great idea. So I'm going to do what's called
Scare him up.
Scare him up. This should be fine, right? So this is right by Big Spit's face. We're going to light this. And do these light good? So this is a grill. You see how fast the other lighter lit that. There you go. Now will that scare him up? Should I start playing?
Let's
see if that scares him up?
Yeah. It's so gross because it's like
he's
what
yawning.
Some of them are doing right now.
Do you want to come back into the show, or are you slipping into a coma over there? What's happening?
Oh, it's working! We scared him up. Look at that. So Denny hates this. Denny wants to pretend that something's cooking over here. We had to wake up your friend Big Spit, but did you hear Denny's little shitty comment? Listen to this again. Wait till the fireworks die down. Pretty loud. Listen to this. Watch what Denny says to Big Spit. How dare he say this to my Big Spit?
I can't. It's so gross because it's like what some of them are doing right now.
Do you want to come back into the show, or are you slipping into a coma over there? What's happening?
I'm just saying, like, no, my fucking. Trying to sit up, but like, if I can move.
I mean, that made me more Japanese than my Contax T2 camera. Thank you. Porsche 400, Porsche 800.
1 in 6 chance of survival.
Wow, look at that. And we are.
Stop saying
I've
that
been working with the Japanese. I've been working with them closely all month on eBay with these cameras. I've bought every vintage point and shoot. And I just bought this 43-inch TV, tube TV made by Sony. It's the only one in existence. It was their largest tube TV ever made. It weighs 440 pounds. It was the largest CRT ever made. When it was released in, I forget, but when it was released, it was $40,000. I had this guy from Japan. I spent like 2 years devising this huge plan to get guys down in Japan. They found this TV for me at this old restaurant in Okasawa, and they were about to tear the restaurant down. And like 4 days before they did, we got in contact with the owner, and he sent us the TV. He shipped it. There was a lot of hoops to jump through, but I am now the proud owner of a Sony 43-inch CRT tube TV.
That's a deep cut.
And it's the only one left. Every one of them has been junked. And I actually talked with a guy from Sony about it, and he was really happy that I gave it a good home. And also, I have something to say.
Someone just says, YouTube algo.
Give him $50. Give that guy $50.
So Shield, you won $50.
You just won $50 for that. Thank you. See how smart our listeners are? They're so sharp. I watch these other shows like Melton. He's constantly yelling, "You're so dumb! Oh, you are so dumb! You're retarded! I can't! My listeners, I'm like, "Oh, you're so smart. Here's
It's not physically
$50.
possible for me to make my brain as dumb as your brain.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, if all your listeners are so dumb, well... And by the way, we give our listeners $50. Melton and all the other shows take $50 from their listeners daily for nothing. I don't understand why people are giving 40-year-old men who make money, who have a living. I don't know why you're donating to them, but that must stop. Okay? Donating to men over 40, wrong. Unless that man is trying to put together a story about getting the last 43-inch Sony TV from Japan all the way to his parents' garage, then I could see why you would want to do that.
A lot of people watched that CRT video. So many people are saying, saw that.
So they must have been so excited when I brought that up. See, it was worth it. And I do it just for the small group of people who understand, because that must light up their...
We love YouTube.
That must light you up. And I do it for you. And you just won $50 for going, YouTube algo. See, our listeners are sharp.
But so Shield, you must email Mike to ask for the money because he's going to forget right after this.
Well, of course I can't go out of my way to make sure that gets to you. Okay, what's our next time code?
010335.
01, oh, no. 010335.
So they start going into some topics. Right now they're talking about that female school shooter that looks like Dasha.
Ooh, Dasha Napakova. Who, any updates about her lately? Anything good about... Oh, She's
Beautiful
on.
ass pic.
No. You got to stop saying good stuff about her. She was on Depop, and she's doing basically a Depop OF. She's trying to sell her old clothes. I saw her selling stuff for like $5. Why are you selling old clothes for $5? It was very weird. But she's doing a risque photo shoot for all of her old clothes and then getting these gross guys to buy her old shorts from her.
Would you let me
From
start doing
Depop.
that?
Absolutely not.
Whatever. Somebody asked me to buy my dirty socks.
None of these people are coming. Is
The other day,
Tal
and I said
Wilkenfeld
absolutely.
here?
Oh
Tal!
my gosh! Thank you for the super chat.
We're going to show you a bunch. I'm going to expose Tal Wilkenfeld coming up. At least our balloons, our beautiful balloons are holding up. And if you like balloons, boy, do we have a surprise coming for you right after this. Okay, this is our next code. And what do we got here, Jules?
They're talking about the female shooter.
The
some current
female
events.
shooter. Now, this female shooter, what did she do? Refresh my mind. I don't follow any of
Shot
this.
up a school and killed a teacher.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Female woman. She was a teacher?
She
Or-
killed a teacher.
Killed a teacher. How old was she? I didn't hear anything
I
about
honestly
this.
don't know that much
Now-
about it, but she was a young person.
Does this have anything to do with the woman who was burned alive on the New York City subway by the Mexican chancho?
It does not, but you love that burning.
Did you see what I did? I went like this. This is me. Oh, hell no! No, I was the camera guy. I was that black voice you heard in the background. He burning her! All right, here it is. This is something about this shooting.
Yeah,
Let's
just
see.
this will
Yeah.
lead into something.
Yeah,
Shooting up schools.
The manifesto too. They
The manifesto set you off. We should talk about this. It should be what we end on. But the,
Well,
the manifesto, you sent me, you highlighted and sent me excerpts from the manifesto that you were so enraged
I
about.
wasn't that mad. I thought it was funnier than it was. More mad.
Huh?
I don't know if I'm ready to find it as funny as you do yet. But
I think. Well, here's the thing, is that they don't disagree. Like just like the CEO shooting thing, they find some of it justified, like in the right. So like
Who's they?
the rhetoric that was said was like all men are shit,
Good
fuck
question.
men, blah blah blah. Like
Always.
everything she's saying is exactly what all these fucking dumb cunt feminists say all the time.
These people are
Exactly.
anti-women.
If they read out the manifesto, essentially it just reads like
Piggy.
you know, the same radicalist feminist bullshit that they swallow in college anyways. I mean, she's a 15-year-old girl. So, I mean, the college kids, same shit to the high school kids.
Well put.
They're that impressionable. Like, we know that.
Sure, yeah.
But
Even
the part that I
Denny's-
highlighted.
Denny hates listening to Big Spit's parts of the
Look
show.
at the anger in those baby blues.
He can't stand what
Someone
Big
put
Spit's.
little flames.
Just Denny, are you 14 years old? I mean, you truly look 14 or 15. Now, how'd you get that beard? And where could I get one just like it? That's a wink, guys. Coming up, 2025. All right,
Okay, keep going.
keep going.
That you sent to me.
The manifesto said, it's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault. It has to be.
It has to be was the line that stuck with me.
And
It
I was
has
like,
to be everybody else's
Yes.
fault.
I was like, the fucking
Sounds like the 48
audacity
laws of
to,
power.
Yeah.
in one sentence was like, yeah, I know what I did was wrong, but honestly, it's not my fault. It's everyone else's. It has to be.
It
And
has
that fucking was so hilarious and maddening at the same time.
you were shot out of a cannon that morning when you sent that to me. It
Dude,
has
especially like 9 in the morning. I was like, they have to be.
I
It
woke
has to be everyone else's fault
I
that you wouldn't
woke up
fucking
to it.
shot a teacher.
It has to be. And I just went, what did I even reply with? I just went like, I think it was like, LOL, that's them. Like, couldn't
Women.
Said,
possibly.
yup.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly be responsible for
But that's
my
what I
own
said to you. I was like, can you?
unhappiness in
I
any way.
said that. I think I said that to you. I said,
Okay,
can
wait, pause
you-
for a
We're
second.
really sorry that you had to hear any of that.
Okay,
Go back 5
somebody asked me
seconds
about my
Okay.
and just
favorite.
listen to what Denny says here.
Okay.
Let's just
I said,
Possibly.
yup.
Yeah,
see what
couldn't
happens
I
when
couldn't
we
possibly
go
be
like that.
Fucking menorah and all
Tell me
menorah
your-
candles.
That's very
True.
funny. Wait, actually, we'll pause it. Maybe we'll start there. Later.
The slam.
Okay.
I've always thought it was a slam.
I want to go over something, everyone. So everyone has to pay attention. Now, do you know the universal sign of distress? Meaning, if you're in a situation where you're not allowed to speak, there's a way that you can communicate without words that you are in distress. And it goes like this. You put your hand up, you put your thumb in, and you close your fingers on your thumb. Okay? So say, for example, God forbid, you're in a hotel room and there's somebody with a gun behind your head, and the security comes and they just let you open the door a little, but the person with the gun is behind your head. They say, "Are you okay, ma'am?" And the guy says, "You better say you're fine or else I'm going to blow your brains out," or whatever they say, right? You can go like this. "I am fine. Please leave." That's the universal sign of distress. I just learned it and I feel like everyone should know it. So it's palms up, thumb in, and then like that. Sonar beep beep. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for the super chats, and have fun. Don't forget www.redbarradio.net, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm so glad we fixed the audio issues, so I'll see you sooner than later. Oh, what I'm having for dinner. Shocker. Some of you will be extremely surprised by this. I will be having jalapeno poppers from Trader Joe's. There will be a twist. I'm going to add tomato, broccoli, and garlic and make it like a situation. It'll be called Ashley Speciality 72.